Hey guys, today I'm doing a little bit of a test here. I'm doing this on my computer instead of on my phone like I normally do because I've got a big presentation that I'm doing over YouTube Live 1 week from now. So I'm kind of trying to get a feel for how it is to do it over the computer rather than over the phone. So hopefully you can hear me now, and hopefully you can still hear me when I'm over by my whiteboard. And if I draw something, it looks like there's plenty of visibility, so I think that's good. I want to zoom in a little bit. I don't know. I'll write something. That's a drawing of a very weird donut. Anyway, so yeah, that presentation is going to be a week from now, all about how to create in a freelance business using your Excel skills. So if you are intermediate to advanced in using Excel and want to make $100 an hour in a freelance business, I'm going to show you how to do that. But anyway, so that's just my test for that. So welcome to the Power of Positive Thinking series, to get to the issue at hand here. If you're new to this series, this is something that I'm doing every week where over the book, The Power of Positive Thinking, which is a book that I read a few months ago and I thought was really excellent for getting your thoughts to a more positive level where they're creating the outcomes that you want in your life instead of focusing on negative things and having negative outcomes in your life. And so I'm doing this. There's a whole bunch of exercises in the book, so I'm doing this. There's a whole bunch of exercises in the book, and every week I'm taking one particular exercise and I'm committing to doing that or focusing on that every day of the week, and I'm sharing it in this live series so that you can do it along with me if you so choose. So this week, actually, before we get into it, I had a little opportunity to practice this stuff just a moment ago. Now, like right when I was setting up this video, right before I was going to present, I got a nasty comment on YouTube, which is something that, if you put yourself out there at all, you get nasty comments. It's just kind of like the way the world works. There are people that just spread nastiness for no real reason. And so it was kind of a test for me. In fact, I'll read the comment for you because I got it up here. The guy says, it responded to a comment of mine, said, "As I read comments like yours, it is easy to understand why the U.S. lags behind every other industrialized country in the world. I'm sorry that your educational system has failed you." So I read that like right before I started this stream, and in the past, when I read something like that, I would have gotten angry. And I did get a little bit angry, but I would have been fuming about it for a long time. I would have been taking a portion of my day to think about all of the things that I could say in return to this guy. What a massive waste of time, right? But that's kind of the way that most of us operate, and that's definitely the way that I used to operate. So if somebody insulted me on the internet, like that guy, I would waste a huge amount of my time and energy on arguing, or at least arguing in my head, if not arguing in actual reality. So with what I've been learning in this series, my natural reaction is to get angry. But then my second thought is to say, wait, maybe this is happening for a good reason, right? Maybe there's, the power of positive thinking is all about how looking at the positive aspects of everything. Whether something is positive or negative is all in the interpretation. So I could say, oh, this is negative because somebody said something mean about me. Or I could look at this and say, hey, the fact that I noticed this comment right before I started my positive thinking stream, maybe this is a learning experience for me. Maybe this is a test, right? Maybe this is an opportunity for me to overcome my animal instincts that want to lash out, that want to retaliate when I get this kind of thing, and that will want to bring me down emotionally. So I'm going to take it as that and say that this is a wonderful opportunity for me to evolve spiritually, and hopefully for the people that are watching to do the same. So anyway, that was kind of interesting, but that's not actually the material that I wanted to go over today. But I wanted to share that though, just because it gives you an idea of how practically useful this is. I mean, you can imagine if I spent my whole day fuming about this, what would, what a giant waste, right? So I am learning to get much better, and my life is a whole lot better as a result. And there's nothing magical or mystical about that. It's just that if I stop focusing on people being mean on the internet and start focusing on things that are actually useful to me, it's much more helpful. Anyway, so what I wanted to read for you today on a different subject, sort of, he says, another effective technique in problem solving is the simple device of conceiving of God as a partner. One of the basic truths taught by the Bible is that God is with us. In fact, Christianity begins with that concept. For when Jesus Christ was born, he was called Emmanuel, meaning God with us. Christianity teaches that in all the difficulties, problems, and circumstances of this life, God is close by. We can talk to him, lean upon him, get help from him, and have the inestimable benefit of his interest, support, and help. Practically everybody believes in a general way that this is true, and many have experienced the reality of this faith. In getting correct solutions to your problems, however, it is necessary to go a step further than believing this, for one must actually practice the idea of presence. Practice believing that God is as real and actual as your wife or your business partner or your closest friend. Practice talking matters over with him. Believe that he hears and gives thought to your problem. Assume that he impresses upon your mind through consciousness the proper ideas and insights necessary to solve your problems. Definitely believe that in these solutions there will be no error, but that you will be guided to actions according to truth, which results in right outcomes. So that's what I'm going to be doing this week, practicing treating God as a partner. And the example I gave just a minute ago about the mean YouTube comment, right? It's real easy for me to ask, if I can actually think of it in the right time, to ask, okay, God, what would you suggest should be my reaction to this? Right, and the answer comes back immediately, right? And it's it's pretty obvious if you think about it for any length of time. It's to forgive the person, wish him well, and stop thinking about it. So anyway, whatever comes up in your life, treat God as your partner, right? If you have something that is worrying you, or something that you have to do that you're nervous about, if you have God beside you as your partner, and if you can actually visualize him beside you as your partner, right? Make it real in your own mind, then what do you have to be nervous about, right? What do you have to worry about? Nothing. So that's something I'm going to be practicing. I invite you to do the same, and I'll see you next week.